Hey, KineLight fam! Welcome back to the channel where we shine a light on the best in movies, TV, and everything cinematic. Today we're diving deep into the creepy, thrilling world of horror with 10 movies that get trashed by critics or fans, but are absolute gems in my book. These films might have been misunderstood or overlooked, but I'm here to break down why they're worth your time. We're going in reverse order, starting with number 10, and trust me, this list is packed with spooky goodness. So grab your favorite horror-watching snacks, dim the lights, and let's get into it. If you're as pumped as I am, hit that like button, subscribe to KineLight, and let's kick things off. Number 10, The Front Room. Starting strong at number 10, we've got The Front Room, a 2024 psychological horror flick that got a lot of flack for not being scary enough. But let me tell you, that criticism totally misses the mark. This movie, directed by Max and Sam Eggers, stars Brandy Norwood as Belinda and Andrew Burnap as Norman, a couple expecting their first child. Their lives get turned upside down when they take in Norman's creepy stepmother, Solange, played by the absolutely chilling Catherine Hunter. Now, some critics wanted more jump scares or in-your-face horror, but I adore this film for its slow burn tension that creeps under your skin. It's not about cheap thrills. It's about psychological dread that builds and builds until you're squirming in your seat. One of the standout elements is how it tackles heavy themes like family dysfunction and race in a way that feels raw and real. And let's talk about those gross-out moments. Yes, we're talking scenes involving human excrement that'll make your stomach churn. I love how the Eggers brothers lean into discomfort, using Solange's manipulative behavior to create this suffocating atmosphere. Catherine Hunter's performance is a masterclass. She's both frail and terrifying, making you question her every move. The film's pacing might feel slow to some, but for me, it's deliberate, letting you stew in the tension. If you're a fan of horror that messes with your mind and makes you think, The Front Room is a must-watch. It's like a family drama wrapped in a nightmare, and I'm all about it. Have you seen The Front Room? Did Solange creep you out as much as she did me? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's start a discussion. Number 9, Until Dawn. Coming in at number 9 is Until Dawn, a horror movie that some fans and critics called a chaotic mess of subgenres. But I'm here to defend this wild, bloody ride. This film throws you into a relentless night cycle nightmare, where characters face gory deaths and heart-pounding jump scares. What makes it stand out for me is how it feels like a love letter to every horror trope out there. Slashers, supernatural chills, you name it. The story follows a group of characters who are stuck in this terrifying loop. And unlike so many horror films where you're screaming at the screen for characters to stop making dumb decisions, Until Dawn gives you protagonists who actually think about their escapes. It's like the movie's answering those what-if questions we all have during horror flicks. The gore is intense. Think buckets of blood and creative kills that'll stick with you. Some might say it tries to do too much, blending too many horror styles. But I love that chaos. It's like an all-you-can-eat horror buffet, serving up scares for every kind of fan. The cinematography is gritty, the pacing is relentless, and the jump scares hit hard when you least expect them. For me, it's the kind of movie you watch with friends, screaming and laughing through the insanity. If you're craving a horror experience that doesn't hold back, Until Dawn is your pick. Who else is obsessed with this unapologetic thrill ride? What was your favorite kill? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep the horror love going. Number 8, M3 Gan. At number 8, we've got M3 Gan, the 2023 killer doll movie that some dismissed as a cheesy cautionary tale about AI. But let me tell you, this film is an absolute blast. Directed by Gerard Johnstone, it's about a creepy AI doll named M3 Gan, who's designed to protect a young girl, but takes her job a bit too seriously. Critics complained it leaned too hard into Gen Z humor, or didn't fully commit to its tech fear premise. But I love its campy, over-the-top vibe. M3JN herself, voiced by Jenna Davis, is a perfect mix of creepy and hilarious. Those dead eyes and that sassy attitude, iconic. And let's talk about that dance scene. When M3 Gan breaks out those moves in the hallway, it's a viral moment for a reason. It's absurd, it's bold, and it's pure fun. Beyond the camp, though, the movie has a sharp metaphor about grief and dependency, with the main character, Katie, dealing with loss in a way that hits you in the feels. The kills are creative, the pacing keeps you hooked, and the blend of horror and humor is spot on. For me, M3GAN is a modern horror classic that doesn't take itself too seriously, but still delivers chills. If you're into films that embrace their own weirdness, this one's for you. Who else can't get enough of M3GAN's killer dance moves? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about why this doll deserves more love. Number 7, Crow. Number 7 is Crow, a gothic horror romance that got slammed for being too slow and melodramatic. But in my book, it's a haunting masterpiece that deserves way more appreciation. Directed by Rupert Sanders, this film stars Bill Skarsgård and FKA Twigs as Eric and Shelley, caught in a dark, passionate love story that's drenched in gothic vibes. Critics called it overly sentimental, but I'm obsessed with its raw emotion and atmospheric dread. The settings are breathtaking. Think eerie opera houses and shadowy streets that feel like they're straight out of a nightmare. The performances are incredible, with Skarsgård bringing this intense, brooding energy and Twigs delivering a heartbreaking vulnerability. It's not about jump scares, it's about yearning, loss, and a love that feels almost supernatural. The final act, set in that unforgettable opera house, is a visual and emotional knockout. For me, Crow is like a gothic fever dream that lingers long after the credits roll. If you're into horror that's more about mood and feeling than cheap thrills, this one's a must. What did you think of Crow's dark romance? Did it hit you as hard as it did me? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this conversation going. Number 6, In a Violent Nature. At number 6, we have In a Violent Nature, a 2024 slasher that some called painfully slow and boring. But I'm here to tell you it's a brilliant deconstruction of the genre. This film, directed by Chris Nash, flips the slasher formula by following the killer, Johnny, a hulking Jason Voorhees-like figure, through his own perspective. Instead of focusing on the victim's panic, we're with Johnny as he stalks through the woods, delivering some of the most brutal kills I've seen in a while. Critics said the pacing drags, but I love how deliberate it is, building this suffocating sense of dread. Every step Johnny takes feels heavy, purposeful, like you're trapped in his world. The kills are gory and creative. Think axes and chains that'll make you wince. And the film's quiet moments are just as unsettling. It's a love letter to slasher fans who understand the genre's tropes and want something fresh. For me, it's like watching a horror movie from the monster's point of view, and that twist alone makes it unforgettable. If you're a slasher junkie, give In a Violent Nature a chance. Who else loved this killer's POV? What was your favorite kill? Drop it in the comments and let's talk slasher greatness. Number 5, Alien vs. Predator. Number 5 is Alien vs. Predator, the 2004 sci-fi horror mashup that gets so much hate from fans of the original Alien and Predator franchises. But I'm standing up for this one. It's a fun, action-packed ride. Directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, this film pits xenomorphs against predators in an epic monster showdown set in a super cool Antarctic pyramid. Sure, it's not as deep or atmospheric as the originals, but that's not what it's going for. It's a creature feature that delivers on thrilling battles, with aliens hissing and predators wielding their iconic weapons. The human characters, led by Sanaa Lathan, hold their own, and the pyramid setting adds this awesome, ancient mystery vibe. I love the sheer spectacle of it. Those monster fights are like watching two horror icons duke it out in a wrestling ring. Critics called it shallow, but for me, it's the perfect popcorn flick for a horror movie night. If you go in expecting fun over philosophy, you'll have a blast. Who else has a soft spot for this monster mash? What's your favorite fight scene? Let me know in the comments. Number 4, Rubber. At number 4, we've got Rubber. Yes, the 2010 movie about a killer tire. Directed by Quentin Dupieux, this film got called pretentious and nonsensical by critics. But I'm obsessed with its absurd, hilarious brilliance. The story follows a sentient tire named Robert. Yep, the tire has a name. Who rolls around the desert, blowing things up with telekinetic powers. It's as ridiculous as it sounds, and that's exactly why I love it. This isn't a movie trying to be deep or meaningful. It's a B-movie that leans hard into its own weirdness, with a dark comedy edge that keeps you laughing through the chaos. The kills are wild, like exploding heads wild, and the film even breaks the fourth wall to poke fun at itself. For me, Rubber is a perfect example of horror that doesn't take itself seriously, but still delivers a unique, unforgettable experience. If you're into quirky, offbeat films that embrace their insanity, this one's for you. Who's seen this terrific madness? Did you laugh as much as I did? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Number 3, Halloween Ends. Number 3 is Halloween Ends, the 2022 finale to the Halloween reboot trilogy, directed by David Gordon Green. This one got a ton of hate from fans for taking bold risks, but that's exactly why I'm all about it. Instead of focusing solely on Michael Myers, the film introduces a new killer, Corey, and dives deep into themes of trauma, legacy, and how evil spreads. Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode delivers a powerhouse performance, bringing so much heart and strength to her final showdown. Critics and fans wanted more of the classic slasher formula, but I love how this movie dares to be different, blending emotional depth with horror. The kills are still brutal, and the Haddonfield setting feels as eerie as ever, but it's the character arcs that hit me hardest. For me, Halloween Ends is a brave, divisive finale that rewards viewers who are open to something new. If you're a Halloween fan, give it another look. Who else vibed with this bold ending? Did Corey's story surprise you? Let's talk about it in the comments. Number 2, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Coming in at number 2 is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, the 1991 Nightmare on Elm Street sequel that some called a low point for the franchise. But I'm here to say it's a campy, unhinged gem. Directed by Rachel Talalay, this film leans hard into Freddy Krueger's dark humor, with Robert Englund delivering an iconic performance. We get Freddy's backstory, diving into his twisted origins, and the dream world goes full-on bonkers with wild 3D effects that scream early 90s. The kills are creative, one word, power glove, and there's even a Johnny Depp cameo for the eagle-eyed fans. Sure, it's not as scary as the original Nightmare, but it's not trying to be. It's a fun, over-the-top ride that embraces its own absurdity. For me, it's like a horror party you don't want to end. If you love Freddy's wit and wild dream sequences, this one's a must. Who else enjoys this crazy sequel? What's your favorite Freddy moment? Drop it in the comments. Number 1, Jason Takes Manhattan. And at number 1, we've got Jason Takes Manhattan, a Friday the 13th entry from 1989 that fans love to roast for barely being in New York. But I'm obsessed with its wild, chaotic energy. Directed by Rob Hedden, this film puts Jason Voorhees, played by the legendary Kane Hodder, on a cruise ship full of unsuspecting teens. The boat setting is such a fun twist, turning the classic summer camp vibe into a claustrophobic nightmare on the water. The kills are gloriously over the top. Think that iconic boxing scene on the rooftop, and Jason's relentless presence is as terrifying as ever. Critics and fans complained about the misleading title, since most of the movie's on the ship, but for me, that's part of its charm. It's a messy, entertaining slasher adventure that's perfect for a late-night horror binge. If you're a Jason fan or just love a good guilty pleasure, this one's for you. Have you seen Jason Takes Manhattan? Did the boat kills get you hyped? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's celebrate this underrated gem. And that's our list of 10 horror movies that get way too much hate, but are total bangers. From psychological nightmares like The Front Room to campy classics like Jason Takes Manhattan, these films deserve a second chance. I had a blast diving into these, and I hope you're as excited as I am to revisit or discover them. Which one's your favorite, or are you ready to give one a shot? Let me know in the comments, hit that like button if you love this deep dive, and subscribe to KineLight for more movie breakdowns. Share this video with your horror-loving friends, and let's keep shining a light on underrated flicks. Until next time, stay spooky, KineLight crew.